So I'm listening to the president of Poland, Andrzej Duda. Duda? I think that's right. Andrzej Duda. And you gotta like this guy. This guy is saying some wonderful things. So, in particular, I was listening to him talk here recently about the immigration and his immigration policies. A couple of other things, but we'll focus on that for right now. I'm looking at the immigration policies in Canada here. They're pouring in over the border. They're bringing them in from everywhere. They have, most of them, no skills. They're not. It's not like they're bringing in doctors and lawyers. And we're seeing gangs of immigrants now. It's 11 o'clock at night, standing on the street corner, and they're all 22-year-old males. This is, the same thing happened in France and Sweden, and they're having huge problems with crime. And, the States had them coming up from South America, how they crossed the Darien Gap, these 45-year-old women and 35-year-old women, 50 and 100 pounds overweight with young children. How they navigated that, I have no idea. That's an impenetrable, almost impenetrable piece of jungle. And obviously they had help. The thousands of people didn't cross the Darien Gap or walk from Somalia to France and Sweden. That's 6,000 miles, 10,000 kilometers. This is just nonsense. Obviously somebody's helping them. So this Andrzej Duda said, you can't come in. Now without very special permission. And other than that, we'll have the police at the border, and we're going to load you in trucks, and we're going to truck you somewhere else, and we're going to kick you out. He has no crime problem. The locals are having very little issue with immigrants. The ones that are coming in, of course, have been vetted, and there's a need for them, and they're respectable, law-abiding people. And he's not just letting gangsters into the country willy-nilly. Really, a lot of Western countries should be looking at what... of course, they're not, because obviously there's another agenda, but responsible governments in Western countries would be looking at what Poland is doing. Obviously, he knows what he's doing. And, it'd be highly unlikely that if trains of white European descended people started to pour into some of these countries where the immigrants are coming from, that you'd be welcome. They have their own immigration policies, and for the most part, multiculturalism doesn't work. You can't bring your... I know they've been trying it everywhere. I've been hearing it all my life, and Canada tries to be multicultural and what have you. But, for years, if you went to the States, you had to become American and follow what American beliefs and culture, and you had to become... They expected you to become American, and in Canada became Canadian, but you could stay what you are, and to some extent, we all are what we are. But multiculturalism, where nobody shares the culture of the area they're living in, they all stick to their own cultures and stay within their own cliques, is divisive. It is not inclusive, and I don't think that there's really a case of it working anywhere. And this Andrzej Duda obviously knows that, and stated, well, if you want to come into Poland, we vet you, and you're going to come in, and we accept you for immigration. You're going to become Polish, and the same as if you go to India, Indians expect you to become Indian, or Chinese, and Japan is probably the hardest culture on the planet to break into, unless you're talking about some weird Amazonian tribe that hardly anybody has ever heard of. But where everybody tries to be what they were, where they came from, and try to get along, that type of multiculturalism, that's just not working. And Andrzej Duda's got that figured out. Poland's not going to be part of it. They're not going to make the mistakes that Canada, Sweden, Ireland. I mean, Ireland is, the Irish are very upset right now with the policies and what's going on there. And you don't have to look very hard on this planet to find people who are very upset with their government's immigration policies and how the policies of this just free, willy-nilly, come on in, you're all welcome, bring your ideas, bring your culture, send your 22-year-old young unmarried males, and everything will be fine. I mean, obviously this is not working. And I mean, if you want to help these people, help them where they are. Don't think that you're going to integrate them with their own belief structures into other societies and have things just come out smelling like roses. That's obviously not happening. I don't know who in their right mind thought that that would have happened in the first place, but obviously now even a lot of supporters or people that I know that supported that idea understand that that's not working. And it's time to stop. It's time to stop now. Obviously there's an agenda that goes much deeper than trying to help people, because governments, the people that take your 16 and 18-year-old children and send them to war to be killed, are not in the business of helping people. That's not what they're doing. That's not what these organizations do. Government organizations are in the business of having government organizations survive and live off people's taxes and become bigger and stronger and more omnipotent. So there's barely a leader in the world that wants to give up the reins once they get it. This is the type of people that wants to be a leader of a country in the first place. So if you're the type of person that supports immigration and multiculturalism in the way that it's happening today, you need to take a long, hard look at what's going on in some of those countries and the problems that they're having. And then you might want to listen to Andrzej Duda of Poland and look at the problems they're having, which, by the way, are basically none. I think there's a lesson to be learned there for all of us. Anyway, cheers, and we'll talk to you later.
Thank you, Mr. President. Dear leftists, I'm very happy to take part in this debate about democracy in Europe. So let me give you some example of very major democracy in Poland, over 1,000 years of tradition of Polish nation. Polish nation rejected you, dear leftists, 8 times. 8 times in a row you have lost elections in Poland. So get used to it, because you're going to lose again. That's number one. Let me give you some data about Poland and Polish democracy. The lowest unemployment in European Union is Poland. The highest GDP after COVID in European Union is Poland. One of the lowest debts in European Union is Poland. So don't give us this rubbish about the need of educated immigration, as we heard yesterday. We don't need your doctors. We don't need your engineers. Take them all, and pay for them. We don't need them. You know why? Because there is 0 terrorist attacks in Poland. Why? Because there is no illegal migration in Poland. So don't give me this look. Don't give me these arguments about the populism, because this is a fact. This is your data from Eurostat. So we don't need your engineers. We don't need your doctors. Take them. Do not teach us. Do not teach us about democracy, because we know what the democracy is. So learn from Poland. Be like Poland. Thank you very much.